My name's Josh. Thanks for joining in on our site in Riverview. Right now we're pulling wire. We finished boxing. So pulling and tying in. I have everyone divided up in groups of 2. We're in Riverview. We're at, it's a 124 unit building. Don't film in the van, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's not so bad really. But at least people can find stuff. You know, all the safety glasses are hanging there. Got the laser, the light. All the tools are close, so you can just grab what you need, but everyone has the way they do it themselves. My lead hand's not here, but he also has his van. He keeps it really clean, which is nice, because I can send him to get all the material when my van looks like this. But it's nice to have one clean van on every crew, right? It's a relatively clean site. They've done pretty good, so it makes our job easier. You get used to the stairs after a while. So we're starting at this end, and we're just making our way all the way to the firewall here. We're kind of doing the building in 2 steps, you know, phase A, phase B, or phase 1, phase 2. So you'll see a couple other trades doing their own thing. We have to coordinate with drywall and insulation all the time. And right now you have sprinkler guys, they're putting their pipes in. So right now they're still tying in this unit. This one's pretty much done. And now I have 2 crews going on in these 2 units here. So we're 8 in the building right now. We're missing 2 of them. They're on another site for now. But with 10 people, you have pretty good speed going. Get some progress really quick. But now we're thinking, you know, less than 2 weeks, we'll be down to the 5th. And as long as there's no kinks, we'll just keep going, you know? And it usually gets quicker as you go down because people get used to the units. So then it's, you know, insulation, drywall, the mutters go in, everything gets done, and then they have their building inspection. Well, before that, we have our electrical inspection. All the inspections have to be done. You know, it's kind of like every other building, but you just scale up, you know? Some of the systems change, but it stays relatively the same, you know? Well, there's a lot of piping, which is nice. Some people love it, some people hate it, but personally, I love it. It's a fun thing to do. Not trade in itself, but it's a whole other aspect of the job you don't see as much if you're doing wood frame like this. Some people catch it right away, some people don't at all. It takes a long time. A lot of trial and error, so you have to be in the right spot to be able to learn. And hopefully a good mentor is nice too. So because of the size of the building, they have a partition through it for fire protection. So they just build up a block wall all the way up, and it gives you a division, right? So we'll have some fire rated doors here. And you see it in most big buildings. A-frame, it's temporary power we put in. Being electricians, we have to provide power for every building. So we put as many as we can, depending on what all the trades need. The winters are pretty harsh here, so you know, you need a lot of heat. That's a lot of power, and it takes away from, you know, we have a limited amount of power, right? So it gets pretty complicated. You have to strategize where power is going for every trade. You know, framers have their compressors. Plumbers often have generators for their testing and all that, but they don't always have that. You need lights, and obviously there's none here because no one's really in this part of the building, but I just had a meeting today and, you know, they want more lights. So, and also for building inspections, you need it bright. Everyone's playing their own music on radios, you know? Music's pretty important to get people going, right? If you can get a rhythm, you can go pretty fast, right? Especially pulling wire gets people going. Like, I'm still learning as I'm going, which is what I love about electrical. There's so many parts of it. So many different little niche things you can do in the trade itself. So I think I'm in a good position to be able to learn from every aspect. It's nice to not be in an office, even though it feels like office work sometimes. I still get to look at blueprints. I still get to do all that stuff. A lot of the people you work with are very different. You get to see a ton of different backgrounds. Even though you're on the same site, it's such a big building or such a big site that you still have the chance to learn so many different parts of the trade, right? So there's a lot of piping there if you want to learn that, you know? It's steel stud, which is different from wood stud here. So you do everything in a different way as well, you know? So we have our C-can. We're taking power from the poles there. And then we're going straight underground and then coming up. Is there one here? No, yeah. We just come up in the stairwells and we try to feed as much power in as we can. We also have power going out to the trailer, you know, super on site has to be happy. But sometimes we put these outside for smaller buildings. So that's why we have the tarps over top. But you can see it's feeding another panel, right? So the more we do that, the more it's drawing power and the harder it gets to keep them going, you know? That's why they look pretty rough. Well, there's a meter in the C-can. And it's usually about, depending on the building, you can have 200, 400 amps, you know. You can hear it humming there. Power comes in, power goes out. See you on the next one.